Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Wednesday. It's kind of like our Friday, right? Because there's no school this weekend. So today's reading lesson is going to be almost like I'm giving you a superpower, but not quite yet, okay? So this is an introduction to our next superpower, which will be sight word power. And I will give you sight word power after we finish all of the words on our first list of sight words, which is super soon. But it's kind of like I'm giving it to you today, because you are going to use your sight words to help you read sentences better and less like a robot, okay? Because sight words are the words that you need to know like this, boop, 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 which means when you look at them, you don't have to say, I'm not sure what that says. You look at that word and you say, we, at, in, the, whatever the word is, those sight words need to be so fast. So if you're not 100% sure on your sight words, that's something you really need to practice, because it's going to make you a better reader, a more confident reader, which means you're proud of yourself when you read, okay? And it's just going to make reading more fun for you when you don't have to stop and think about all the words, because you know the sight words like this. So really get practicing on those sight words. Maybe even over the Thanksgiving break, you could be practicing your sight words still, okay? So anyway, what I did here is I wrote some pretty simple sentences with some words that we know, sight words, and some words that we don't. And I drew some quick, not very good pictures to help us, okay? So what I did is I underlined some of the sight words just to show you how many words in these sentences you already know, okay? So let's look up here at the top one. The words that we already know are we, see, we see a. So when I see those words, I'm not going to read them all choppy like a robot. I'm going to say, we see a. Okay, I'm not going to say, we see a. They're sight words. I know them. I'm proud of myself. I'm confident. I'm going to say them like I mean them, okay? We see a. And now's my time to use all my other superpowers, okay? I'm going to look at the picture. I'm going to point to the words to see how many more words there are. I'm going to use my letter sound power. So now's the time, after you very confidently have said these words, we see a, now I'm going to look up here at my picture, okay? My picture has a cat and some people. This doesn't say cat because it starts with a B. So I have to think really hard. The cat's pretty big, isn't it, compared to my people? Maybe it says we see a big cat. Yes, it does. We see a big cat, okay? So again, I use my sight words to get me going, to get my confidence moving, and then I used all my other superpowers to read the rest of my sentence. Now, all of our sight words are not always going to be boom, boom, boom right in a row, okay? Sometimes they'll be mixed in the sentence. So this one, the words that we already know, or the, is on my, So the something is on my. The something is on my. Do you hear how I'm saying it very confidently? Because I know that these words say the, is, on, and my. So I'm going to say the is on my And then I'm going to look up at the picture and use my other superpowers to help me, right? So I'm going to look and I see the d is on my b. Looks like a bed, bed, and bed starts with B. So I'm thinking that this last word is bed. The something is on my bed. So now I have to think what this word could be and look at my picture to help. And I know it starts with a D. So I'm going to look up there. It could be a dog, right? Dog starts with D, but I know it's hard for you to see, but this isn't a picture of a dog. So maybe I need to really think a little bit harder and kind of guess what that might be. So what this actually says is the doll is on my bed. But it wasn't that hard for me to figure it out because I knew those sight words already. They helped me build my confidence and help me figure out the rest of the sentence. Now, I saved the hardest one for last, okay? Because no, not all sentences are going to have lots of sight words that you know. They're going to have a few, but they might not have a ton. So we're going to look at this one, and the words that I already know for this one say my, and at the. That's hard. This is a tough one. But you are going to use all of your superpower skills and your super smart brains to figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to look up at the picture. I see people at a table. They're probably eating. I don't know what meal they're eating, but it looks like they're eating, right? Right there, I just said, just by looking at the picture and talking about what I saw, I said some of the words that are down here in the rest of my sentence. I said, I see people at a table. Table. Boom, right there. That word right there starts with a T and it says table. So now I know my and at the table. So somebody's doing something at the table, right? And it kind of looks like they're eating, doesn't it? So I could look through the rest of my words and decide, do I think any of these say the word eat? And you know what? Yeah, this word says eat. So my something and something, eat something at the table. We're getting closer. Do you see? We're kind of like being detectives by first finding the sight words, then looking at the picture, then matching the letter sound. And that's what reading's all about, is really trying to figure out exactly what that sentence says. Okay, so this one is a little bit tricky. It might be hard for you, but I'm going to go ahead and read it for you. But just know that even if you just take a guess and say that the right amount of words that are here, that would be enough for Miss Noble to be happy. But what this sentence actually says is, my mom and dad eat dinner at the table. Okay? So my mom and dad eat dinner at the table. So that one was a little bit harder, right? But there's always going to be different sentences, different levels of reading, so you have to try it all, okay? So today what I'd like you to do, either on RazKids or in a book that you have at your house, I want you to not only search for sight words in the words, but try to read the whole sentence by looking at the picture and pulling out little pieces of information that are going to help you read the rest of the sentence. Okay, my loves? So good luck with that, and I will see you a bit later on today. Bye-bye.